Hello everyone, and welcome to a game of Warships. Today's replay is from Reggie Forever, and he's in the Jutland, a tier 9 British destroyer. He's on the map Islands of Ice in a 3-point domination game. So it's a tier 10 battle, but a pretty mild tier 10 battle. There is only one raider and there is no carrier, so looking pretty good there. Now here on the left flank we have a friendly destroyer who is engaging the Yugomo, it looks like. We also see that the Moskva is there, so we know where the raider is. And, well, everyone who spawned on the left flank decided to abandon it for reasons unknown. I mean, it's like general rule of thumb, you know, just stick on the flank that you spawn. Abandoning the A-cap completely is a bad idea, especially they even had a destroyer there. And that destroyer probably needs to get out of here. It doesn't even look like the enemy have a lot of ships there. So, meanwhile, and the friendly destroyer just got detonated. Hooray! Okay, so A is basically lost at this point, I assume. I mean, there is still a large force here that could do something about it. I just don't think they will. Now, meanwhile, we have a destroyer inside the B-cap. The B-cap seems to be contested. Now, some words about this destroyer here, right? If you're sitting in the cap like this, make sure that your nose is pointing away. Basically, he's currently broadside. If the enemy destroyer were to launch torps here, the Akizuki would have a really problematic time dodging it. And sorry, I think I have to take control of the camera here. Basically, if you spectate your torpedoes or your shells, the camera just does weird shit in replays. Not sure why, but you know. And I think we can give him the camera. Oh, come on. I hate that bug. Anyway, so I was saying, like, if you're sitting in the cap like this, Akizuki does make sure that your nose is pointing away or that you have some cover that you can duck behind with. Just sitting the broadside towards the enemy's potential torpedoes is usually not a very helpful choice. Now, meanwhile, Reggie Forever, he has taken the C-cap and now he has to try to defend it. Now,
smoke generator activated.
There doesn't seem to be an enemy destroyer around for some reason. Even though there are 3 enemy destroyers and we know one is at A and one is at B, that leaves the Asashio, I think, as an unknown, but it's entirely possible that the enemy Asashio is just trying to torp from the backline. But you know, it means for Reggie that he basically doesn't have to worry about much here and he can just try to spot and torpedo those guys. The friendlies are not really offering that much help. And honestly, I think Reggie is... he should have probably tried to smoke inside the cap, then he could still contest it. Because if the cap gets flipped here, that's really unfortunate. But, you know, the friendly battleships are finally going forward. Now, I don't know where exactly the Asashio is, but you know, I mean, sitting in the back isn't much protection against an Asashio either. I hope those Bismarcks can do something with the push. I mean, there are 2 Bismarcks, they have double hydro. And it looks like the Mogami is coming this way. Now, the smoke is almost ready again, though I would expect the Mogami to run hydro. Like, defensive fire is so useless these days that basically it makes sense on every ship to run hydro instead if you can. So I would definitely expect the Mogami to potentially have hydro. That doesn't mean that it's ready right now. But this could go so horribly wrong if the Mogami just pops a hydro here. I mean, currently it's not happening. Also keep in mind that he's using his own hydro, so he should be forewarned about torpedoes. I mean, he's broadside to a Mogami. We expect him to launch torpedoes at the smoke. But with the hydro, I think he's in a good position to dodge them if that happens. Now his own smoke is almost gone, but you know, the Mogami is also almost gone. That seems to be working. And now he can take the cap back. Meanwhile, we've lost the friendly destroyer in the B cap, which is unfortunate. And yeah, well, I mean, A was never really a question, was it? The friendlies just surrendered that quite early on. So, this game is looking good, ship-wise, points-wise, positioning-wise. But hey, I mean, I think Reggie is going to grab the C-cap. Currently, it doesn't look like anyone is trying to stop him. We still haven't seen the enemy Asashio, so I have no idea where he is. And with deep water torpedoes, I mean, you are only going to see them if you're very close, so... I mean, the Asashio is probably somewhere in the center, I suspect, where the battleships are. Now, there is one Montana left here on this side. If Reggie can get torps in it, that would be lovely. I mean, you don't want to have a Montana in your back. The Montana will just retake this cap and will create crossfires and will just generally be a nuisance, most likely. So let's hope those torps are going to hit. He can't really smoke up and shoot the Montana because he's probably not going to get spotting. Well, no. Can't really help with spotting, there's probably an island away. And also, like, if he tried to shoot here, he would give away his position and make it easier for the Montana to avoid torpedoes. Now, it's time to take the B camp. There are just quite a lot of ships around. Now, personally, I would just be going full speed towards B right now. Come on. Come on, game. Anyway, so the torps are going to hit, it looks like. That Montana is gone, that's lovely.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Now he is waiting here. I mean, you can't just sit here for 1 minute and get your torps reloaded. But he can certainly use his guns to shoot the Amagi. He's still full health. Now, of course, he's 7 kilometers from an Amagi, and that could hurt. Amagi is shooting armor piercing right now. So he dodged those shells. I assume the Amagi expected him to accelerate, which didn't happen. He has his smoke ready, right? I mean, if the Amagi shoots, he could use his smoke technically and still see the Amagi at least for 20 seconds. But so far he has decided to take the risk. I'm not sure if I would. I mean, he's trying to vary his speed a little bit here and basically just throw the Amagi into missing, I guess. But, you know, an Amagi has a lot of guns and... I mean, his dodging skills are very good, I guess. And the Amagi is just doping this. So it's probably a factor of the Amagi not aiming that well and him doing his best to throw the Amagi's aim off with slight movements forward and backward. But as I said, like an Amagi at this range could seriously hurt you, so it's a ballsy move, I'd say. His torpedoes are ready again. Maybe we will see some torpedo action soon here too. There's torps in the water, and I can't believe how well this is working. I mean, seriously, at this range I expect to lose half of my health against the battleship. Also, I don't think the Amagi has ever switched to high explosive, has he? Those look like armor-piercing shells. And I mean, the Amagi might also be unlucky with his dispersion, but you know. So this was slightly ridiculous. But it worked, so that's amazing. Now, meanwhile, the friendly force is all arriving here at the seaside for whatever reason. The only camp that the friendlies actually have. It might be time to take the B camp, finally. So far, I mean, Reggie has been sort of delayed in going there. There is also still a Moskva, and we don't know where the Moskva is, so there is a potential radar threat over there. There is... oh, we found the Jutland, maybe he can sink that. And somebody in chat isn't happy, although I'm not sure who is calling an idiot. It's like the pink thunderer that I think has a hissy fit in chat. I'm not entirely certain why right now, but you know, maybe we're going to find out.
Smoke generator activated.
So, being 6 kilometers from a Bismarck is not the most healthy thing in the universe. Once again, like, I would have expected the secondaries to come flying here and the Bismarck to be shooting him, but you know, I guess the enemy team just is not really into shooting destroyers. And that's one less Bismarck. Now, of course, we have the Yugo around the B cap, and we still have the Moskva somewhere. I mean, it's safe to assume that the Moskva's radar is covering B at this point. But there are islands in there. So, ship-wise, the friendlies are going to Ship-wise, the friendlies aren't looking as desperate anymore, but you know, points-wise, this isn't going to work. Oh, there's a Brindisi. Well, I mean, you can't take a cap if there is a cruiser sitting inside it now, can you? I mean, you could try to contest it. And the friendlies just lost the Yamato. And the Brindisi is pretty close, like he can't even go sailing in there and hide behind this island, he would be spotted on the wave. We all know what Sap does to destroyers, so how is he going to handle that? I guess he's right now hoping that the Brindisi comes around this island and that he can torpedo ambush her. He might have to rely on maybe the Thunderer to actually take care of the Brindisi for him. And I guess the Thunderer is trying to say that there's a destroyer behind them, which would probably be the Asashio. Thing of course is, you can't really, like, Reggie can't go and hunt this Asashio. That's a certain way to lose this right now. Because we don't even know how close the Asashio is. And it would take a lot of time. No, you can't go hunt the Asashio right now. It's not gonna work. So, Brindisi coming around. There is one torpedo launcher ready, and so how much is that SAP going to hurt? Well, it works. So DD kill us all from behind. Well, for once, the Asashio only can kill one of those 3 ships that are still floating. That's the Thunderer. And the thing is, look, we don't know how close the Asashio is, and it's already pretty dire here. They need to fight for the B cap. You can't afford to just go hunt a guy that may or may not be somewhere close, or maybe somewhere far away, and spend like 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, there isn't even 10 minutes left. It's an unfortunate situation for the Thunderer, I know, but there is nothing that Jutland can do against it. Now he was waiting behind this island until the radar was gone. Now he's going to poke, he's going to smoke. And, well, help sink this Moskva. This Moskva needs to go before another radar is ready. Of course, the Thunderer should be able to deal with that.
Smoke screen set.
And down goes the Moskva. So that leaves a Conqueror and said Asashio. And the Asashio is probably the reason why the friendlies are going to lose this game, because he just can remain unspotted. And since the friendlies don't really have any capture points, that's just all the Asashio needs to do, remain unseen. I mean, there's still 5 minutes left. If they could sink the Conqueror without losing a ship and then grab B, maybe there is some hope. And here come the Asashio torps. Well, there's a Confederate. Thunderer is... I think he's trying to turn... I mean, obviously, if he's turning, he's going to show broadside to the Conqueror. Not an ideal situation either. Yeah, he took one. And he goes down. So we have torps going in for the... Oh, there is an... Suma coming. Oh, but that's going to work as Suma isn't getting torped. So let's hope those torpedoes can finish off the Conqueror. He is also using his smoke screen here and helping with his guns. Torps aren't looking too bad here. And the Thunderer is butthurt because the... look, I can understand it. And Asashio is a very frustrating ship to fight. Because Asashio is so limited with his torpedoes, he can only torpedo battleships, and there he is. But against battleships, that's a nightmare, you know. 20-kilometer torpedoes that are very stealthy and that hurt like a truck. What are you supposed to do? But the thing is, you can't take your only remaining destroyer that needs to be fighting for camps away to just go hunt somebody that may or may not be surfing the zone wall somewhere. That's a sure way of losing this battle. There was never a situation where the Jutland could have just hunted down the Asashio and it would have worked. So, you know, you gotta run this instead of going to do that. Look, the Asashio wasn't even around here for a lot of the time. What did you expect him to do? You would have already lost this game if he wasn't. But anyway. Now it comes down to what the Asashio is going to do. I mean, the Asashio, if he's smart, he's just going to sail to one of those corners. Now, RPF is tracking the Asashio, but you know, the points are just going to be the problem here. He's full. Yeah, I mean, the Asashio has never been spotted, so it's safe to assume that he's on full health. Azuma cap A. Good old backseat game. Look, you can't cap A now, right? They are at 890 points. It's only 3 minutes left. The Azuma can't teleport. He can't reach A in time to do anything. Like, they might even have trouble flipping the C cap. I'm not sure where the Azuma is going right now, though. He should be backing up the Jutland.
Good show.
I mean, the thing is that he asked, I think Reggie asked in chat for support. The Azuma said affirmative, and now he's sailing away. I mean, maybe the Azuma thinks that we don't know where the Asashio is, so they cover more ground. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, obviously Reggie has RPF going, so he knows exactly where he is, and the Azuma said in a position to not be able to help. So can he gun down the full health Asashio? All the Asashio has to do is survive, but it looks like the Asashio failed to actually run towards the map border.
Fire.
I mean, the Asashio knows that he can use his guns, so there is that. The Azuma still not in a position to help. This is going to be really close there, I think. It's down to 2,500. He's burning. The Asashio though. Oh no, the Asashio is burning too. And that's the win. And that brings us to the results. Reggie Forever earned himself 3,515 base experience, and that's well deserved. He had to do a lot of hard work in order to win this. He achieved that devastating strike, a Confederate, a Kraken, and a high caliber, scoring 275,000 points of damage and sinking 7 enemy ships. Also took 3 camps. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you guys next time.